Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Rebel War Room. Here today with Chase and Dalton. Dalton is finally back from his small hiatus of a vacation. And then, of course, me and Chase are returning, and now we've got a second week of Star Wars Unlimited under our belts, and we've played in our own, not official, but unofficial Win-A-Box tournament at our own locals. And so we're going to be talking about that, and also the fact that Star Wars Unlimited booster boxes are officially out of stock and what implications that has so far on the market. So, just really quick, Dalton, what have you been up to, and what do you want to talk about? Because you've not been here for a little while.
So just kind of been on vacation from law school, had spring break, so went on vacation down to Orlando. Honestly, haven't even got to play the game yet, like besides the pre-release and just a bit on online, some stuff, But so I'm just down to talk about whatever. I haven't even looked at the market yet. Don't really know what's going on there.
Somebody.
Oh, you're in for
the market.
You all told me a few things, but like I haven't really delved into it myself. So yeah,
the market's gonna stay wacky for the next little bit.
Yeah. So first thing we're going to talk about is the local win box that we had. We were expecting a crowd of 9, but sometimes weekend plans happen, things get in the way. We ended up having 6 altogether, and which I ended up playing Yellow Sabine. I was really hoping my cards would have came in time to play Grand Inquisitor just to try it out against all sorts of different decks, but my cards didn't come in time, so I just opted to play Yellow Sabine instead of Green just to try it out, see how it went, and ended up winning that pretty handily. I don't think I dropped a game, which then again, nobody else really built a complete meta deck either. Chase, I know you played Palpatine.
I did.
So just talk about how that went for you.
So I showed up tonight expecting to play Iden. My Iden deck is a wagon. But then I thought to myself, I've opened 7 boxes. Do I really want to open another one? And so last minute, I played Red Palpatine that I had just threw together on a whim. It was actually extremely fun. I won one game against Green Luke. I believe he played Green Luke. And the other games, the games against you wasn't really that close. I mean, you rolled me pretty good. There was one game I kind of stuck with you a little bit, but it's just, you just overwhelmed me too much. I couldn't keep up with you. And then the third game was against Vader, and we did go to a game 3, but he ended up just pulling all of his control cards, and I could never get set up and established. But yeah, Palpatine's extremely fun. I've since switched to a mono green Palpatine deck. And I ran commands, resupply, and technicians. So I can get to 8 resources extraordinarily fast. But it is a blast. It's going to be like my fun deck, I think. And I'm going to try to make it good. I think it is decent. The game that I played against the Luke player, game 1 took 40 minutes.
I was about to say, you guys, at least 30 is what I was going to say.
Oh, no, 40. Because everybody was done with their 2 games by the time we got done with our first game. I ended up not flipping Palpatine till turn... I know I had 10 resources when I finally flipped him. Because he was playing around the flip. All he had on his whole board was Luke. And I just kept playing... I ran 9 Sentinel cards. I ran the Cell Block Sentinel. I ran the Emperor's whatever. Yeah. And then I ran the Homestead Militia guy where if you got 6 resources, he gains Sentinel. So I ran all 9 of those guys. And every time he would pass the turn, I'd just slap one of them guys, pass it back to him so he'd swing his Luke into those guys. He couldn't find his removal. Then he finally played the Legendary Luke. And I went ahead and yoinked that with Palpatine. It was a blast. I did win that game, and then game 2 took significantly less time because I just turned into an aggro deck. I think I had at one point I had all 3 of my Death Star Stormtroopers on the field. And then he just couldn't get set up. He didn't have anything to do. But yeah, I ended up winning that game. Game 2 is against Noah. Sabine, I couldn't do anything.
Your worst matchup.
It was by far my worst matchup. I actually think the mono green version would do better against you than. And I also didn't get any of my Sentinel cards set up.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what you do. You stall till turn 8, and then you pray. But yeah, it's a blast. I really like Palpatine actually, but
Good.
Yeah, I didn't play Iden. I've already opened 7 boxes. I thought I'm not really even going to try. I just play something fun, let somebody else get a chance to open a box. So yeah, I had a blast though. It was great games, great playing.
Actually, playing a tournament style format again was actually very, very enjoyable.
Oh, I also lost to a Boba in the losers bracket.
Yeah.
But we did go to game 3, and it did go to time. And then on the last round, he killed me with a Fetz Fire Spray. He's finally able to get that down.
Good card.
He's finally able to get that down. But other than that, it was very close, that game. It has a better Palpatine or a better Boba Fett matchup than you think.
Yeah, so my first game, I actually ended up playing the Boba Fett player, and this is the deck that I think I'm most worried about, is Boba, just in general, because it is so versatile. It's literally like just a Swiss Army knife. Like, it can do anything, and it can ready up the resources and just do it all again. And
it can be aggro and control.
Yeah, and playing with Sabine, like, that kind of worried me, and I hadn't had many reps with Sabine, which is why I kind of want to try her, because she was new to me. But as soon as I realized, like, oh, the only unit I may worry about is, like, if he smacks down Vader. If we get to that point, I'm just going for base and seeing if he can stop my guys. And turns out he couldn't. I think I won that one 2-0. Pretty handily.
He's green Vader. It was green.
Yeah, it was green Boba.
Green, yeah.
Yeah, the ping with Sabine, like, just getting off that consistent 1 damage and then running the 30 health base, because that's the thing. In everyone else's mind, they're like, oh, I've just got to get to 25. And then I'm like, no, you're still actually 10 away. You're not 5 away. You're still 10 away. Yep. And that actually just kind of set me apart during that first game. And then game 2, yeah, is when we played. And again, just your worst matchup by far.
I couldn't do anything.
Yeah. And then after that, I believe I played Thomas.
Yeah, the Han.
I played Thomas's green Han with a whole bunch of red stuff in it too. Like, he's playing
extraordinarily funny deck.
He's playing Sabine. He's playing K2SO for the U-Wing reinforcement play.
Yeah, it's hilarious, and it works. Like, yeah,
he won some games that way.
Yeah, he did it. I think he went 2-1.
And I actually got a little worried because I think he did take a game off of me, because he was like, I played, which I didn't have all the cards for this deck either, but I played the not Jeddah Partisan, the Saboteur guy. That's a 2-1.
Yes.
And whenever you have a leader, you get the 2 damage to a base or a unit.
Yeah.
And so I played that as my opening turn, thinking like, oh, this is going to stay on the board. I'll get Sabine. And then he just resources with Han, slams down Akbar, kills it right away. And that pretty much set the tempo for the whole game, and I couldn't recover in that game.
His main source of removal was Akbar.
Yeah.
He just slammed Akbar.
Which worked.
Which was hilarious. It was great.
But then I think that may have been game 2. I can't remember for sure. But the other 2 games, he tried racing me, and it's just hard to race Sabine with also a 30 health base.
Yeah.
And then my last match in the championship round was against Vader. And the first game, I won that one pretty handily. And then the second game, he got me down to 1 health. I can't remember exactly what happened where I was able to pull it out. He got me down to 1. I think he ran out of actions, but I still had like a I can't remember.
I think you got him down to 1, and then he seen you just had to activate Sabine, and you won, right?
No, because if I would have activated Sabine, I would have
Killed him.
lost.
Oh yeah, that's correct.
I think I
Yes.
played either
Oh,
shoot
yeah.
first or
You overwhelmed him, didn't you? You played that. Was you running the 5/5 with overwhelm?
mm-mm.
I thought
No,
that's
I'm pretty
what
sure I
that-
played
can't
Fleet
remember.
Lieutenant to
I
get
was
the
probably
damage
just.
there.
I was probably finishing my first match.
So I think I played Fleet Lieutenant to get that off, and ended up winning the box pretty handily. Not well. I'm not gonna say pretty handily. I'm gonna say
With flying colors.
yeah. Like there were some rough moments, but overall, where everyone's kind of building jank decks, Sabine is kind of just
Yeah, he just showed up with the best
Yeah.
deck in the format.
yeah.
and rolled
And
it
I
right.
didn't mean to. I thought everybody else was gonna play like Idens and also Sabine and Leia's and stuff,
No fun.
Boba, and instead,
Well, there was Boba's there.
yeah. But
I mean, you were on yellow Sabine too, not green Sabine, which is
if it was Green
yeah, that's
Sabine, I
fine.
think that would have been a whole different
Bad.
ballgame. I don't know if I would have dropped a game. Not trying to brag or anything. It's just Green Sabine
Green
is
Sabine
just
is really
that good.
It's better.
It is just
That's the
that
deck
good.
I've been practicing against AI. I always
So
throw Bobby Sapphire's Green Sabine on there, and that's the one I practice against.
yeah.
that's what I did.
You can beat that. You can beat anything.
So it was nice just to play in a winner box. Didn't pull anything good out of the box.
It was a
Just a
terrible
heads up,
box.
it was an awful box. But that's fine. Still good. That was only my second box I've gotten to open, so I was more than fine with it. Especially now that they're sold out. Dalton, if you would have been there, what do you think you would have ended up playing?
I mean, if I'd have had the cards, probably Iden.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have played like the more control-y Iden that's like been popular here lately, because I've tested out like a more of an aggro Iden that I like a lot. But yeah, and it's cheaper to build too. The only expensive card in it's Vader. That's it.
Yeah.
But
I love my Iden deck that I built.
yeah,
I've officially went 180 on Super Laser Blast being in the deck.
We
Yeah.
finally got him
Completely done.
turned over.
Yeah. But you have to run 2 of them in case you resource one.
Yeah.
I never even the games that I finally come around on. It's a good card. I was wrong. The filibuster was not worth it. But I never have played it since I put it in the deck. But just having it, knowing that you can,
It makes you feel good. Like it
Yeah.
is
yeah,
a
it's like
security
when you get to
blanket.
those high turns, you're holding it in your hand. You're like, if these things start going south in a hurry, you can just like the whole argument where
Reset.
you can heal with Iden. They're going to kill your Iden the turn it comes out almost every time.
More than
And you're
likely.
flipping her on turn 4, right? Yes, turn 4. So turn 5, turn 5.
Well,
turn
no,
5.
'cause
That's
4 because you start at 2 resources. Yeah, you're right.
Should
yeah.
be turn 5.
Yeah.
whatever the math
Unless you
is.
technician.
Technician is the only ramp card I run. I've seen some people running resupplies. I don't think you need resupply. You can stabilize enough to get. You pull one technician off, you're fine. It's whatever. But I kind of originally Dalton, I was running more of an aggro Iden, but I switched to the mid-range Iden more.
Yeah.
Vader is unbelievable. That card is
Oh, Vader's so good.
unreal. The fact that you can yank a snow trooper lieutenant or whatever
Sneak in a big attack.
and sneak in a big attack, it's nuts. That card is unbelievable. Go buy them now.
Except they're crazy expensive now.
It's like they're $100.
Yeah.
But
It just hurts.
if you've got them, hold on to them.
Yeah. Which is the good part about
Unless
this
you don't
game.
want to
Once-
play Green Villain, then trade it for everything you need.
Yeah, I was about to say, my theory right now is I'm not touching villain because Dalton is going to. So I'm just going to play hero stuff for
I
now.
don't know
Fair
if
enough.
Dalton's bank
Fair
account
enough.
can afford to touch villain right now. We'll see.
So
You'd be all right. So the reason why I opened that 7th box, Dalton, is because I needed another Vader for my Iden deck. And I was like, so me and Devin made a pact at the shop. We was like, there's 2 boxes left. The odds are one of us is going to pull a Vader. He said that if he pulls a Vader, because he already had his 3, that if he pulls a Vader, he's just going to trade me straight up for one of his other legendaries. And like we'll make the trade work. Like we'll even it out. We're like, deal. So he opens his box, pulls nothing. Absolutely nothing. His best card was a Super Laser Blast. I opened my box, and in one pack, I had a full art Vader, and a legendary Boba
Oh,
in one pack.
okay. Yeah, that's a pretty good pack.
So I traded him the full art Vader for a regular Vader and a super laser blast and like a couple of rares. So
Yeah.
it was the best gamble I've ever taken. It was stupid. It was such a stupid thing to do. I should have just bought the Vader, but worked
Hey,
out.
For real.
It worked out because he got his 3 full art Vaders now, and I've got a playset now. So
Do I still have a box waiting for the garage?
Yes, there is
You do
still a
have-
box waiting for you.
Set
And
back.
thankfully there is, because now we're going to get to the actual market discussion and what in the world is going on here.
click high to low,
as-
high to low, high to low, high to
Well,
low.
well, just first thing you see here, 6 listings left. A booster box is up to a 160.
6. I should have set on one. I'm so
No,
dumb.
here's the thing.
They're gonna drop.
First
Nah,
thing,
sell it.
yeah. First thing is, this has literally happened in the span of, I'm going to say, 12 hours.
Yeah.
Literally, last night you could buy boxes for, I'm going to say, like $95. And then this craze has happened where stores have now heard from their distributors, hey, the supply's out right now. And they didn't know for sure when they were going to get more in. So, of course, what is everyone going to do? They're going to
Rush 'em
go
by.
crazy, and we're going to rush them by, and we're going to have just all kinds of crazy spikes.
Can you
and
click on it
sales.
and see the?
Why is Red 3 $10? Like,
'Cause it's
a
know
great-
good-
it's
it's a really good
unbelievable.
card.
Oh, we'll get to
Yeah,
that.
it's a really
Click
good
on the
card.
click on the boxes,
That's wild.
Noah.
So
No,
we've got
wait.
the cases here also up to $800. You could buy these for
$800.
$550 earlier in the week.
That's nuts. Click on the boxes and look at like the you can look at the recently sold.
Yeah,
Or
so
whatever.
last one.
The latest
So
sale.
for 160,
more
160,
data.
and then see, it was even at
Somebody bought 2. People are buying 2 at 135.
yeah.
This is all
That one-
today. Scroll down to yesterday and see what people were buying at.
Yeah, so yesterday,
There's
and look
some
how
on
many
there for
look how many
99.
sales there were today.
See, look,
was-
this is where it jumped up. Everybody's buying like somebody bought 6.
somebody,
Somebody
bought
bought
9.
9 at $95.
And again,
Somebody
this
bought
is
12.
this is all this is
Dang.
all happened in this was just today. I'm
This
not
is
even
the 18th of March.
I'm not
That's
even back yet.
nuts.
Okay,
There,
now we're
17th.
finally at the 17th. So yesterday you could buy a box for about $93. So,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, in the span of 24 hours, we are now
Somebody bought
up to
12.
160 boxes.
And people are still buying.
So,
It's the crazy thing.
and right after the 160, it jumps up to 170 and even up to 200 for a box.
200.
Shout out to Last Pack Games, man, trying to secure the
Trying to
bag.
get the money.
Secure the bag. Last Pack Games.
So, for anyone listening to this, do not buy this. I am almost certain, which I think I even saw like a Facebook post earlier in the day, like someone had talked to their distributor. Basically, boxers are going to be back in stock with them from like 2 to 5 weeks.
Yeah,
So
they're
just
going to keep this
Hold
right
off. There's no major tournaments right now, unless it's your locals. Most of the time, your locals are not playing for very high stakes right now. Hold off.
I don't know. Some of them promo cards look pretty cool.
Well, see, here's the way the prize packs are supposed to.
Everybody
play
gets a prize pack.
Everybody's supposed to get one. That's the way
And then
it
the
is
winner
supposed
gets
to work.
more.
No, everybody's just supposed to get one
Oh.
for participating.
I'm sure that's
Okay.
how that's actually working out.
Yeah, we'll talk about that
I
later.
just
Shout out to
$80.
Vader for being $80.
Yep.
That's absurd.
And then Legendary Boba's jumped up $3 since I looked at it literally 20 minutes ago. It was
So-
still 50. It was exactly 50 but right before we started this podcast. I don't know how long we've been recording. 20 minutes. 20 minutes ago it was $50.
So yeah,
Hey, you can get a Tarut showcase for $150. That's pretty
Yeah.
good. That's not bad at all, actually.
thankfully,
I'd
thankfully
jump
we
on
haven't
that.
gotten to a point where a legendary's higher than a showcase yet. Well, I
I
should
don't
say.
think that's
I
going
don't
to
think
happen.
we'll get there.
IG88 might.
Luke's even jumped up to 34.
Yeah. Fet's Fire Spray. I don't know how that card is not more.
Yeah.
I mean,
Let's see here.
Avengers going for $15 there. K2SO full arts are going for 20s.
Dude, full art
Why
command's
is
only
Vigil-
$16.
Question mark. Why is Vigilance the highest full art of the legendary?
It's just
not
where the
events.
market price is a little wonky.
I understand that, but why?
Yeah.
Okay, so Command and Cunning are still the
Yes,
listings are
more.
more.
Yeah.
I guess they're all right there for a cause I
Now-
believe in. Great.
Here's the okay. So Dalton, you were asking why is Red 3
I mean,
up
I
to
get why.
It's
and
unbelievable.
It's
K2SO?
just
They're both nutty.
Sabine. Yeah. I
Yeah,
get
it is. It is
But
just
it's just
Sabine.
wild that we're seeing almost $12 rares.
I don't think that's going to be. I don't. That doesn't. That's not crazy to me. I mean, how much does good playable rares in other games go for? I mean, look at
Depends
some
on what
rares
game we're
that in
talking
Magic
about.
right now.
So, for a cause I believe in, has jumped up.
Full art change of hearts. Jump on them. $6. You can get them while they're on. $5 for a Fet's fire spray though,
Yeah.
and that card's
not bad.
nuts. How much
Yeah.
is our boy Root going for? We'll be in trouble when people figure out when that's the best card in the game. Full art's $5.
Hyperspace.
I'm about to. How many listings are they? 32. I'm about to buy every single one of them.
Penny stocks. I am your father. The regular one is $9.
Dude. Why
Are these people on Pluto?
that card's bad?
I do love that full art Jabba.
Okay. This makes
Delmico.
sense. The
I like
Leia
Delmico.
makes sense because that is
Yeah.
a great card.
Leia's
That's.
good.
I mean, $6, but the market price is $4. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to see what card. How much is the full art snow speeders going for? Was that a high
Snow
card? Or
speeders?
yeah, just look at it.
No,
Is that
we
card
haven't hit
expensive right now? We
Okay,
haven't got there yet.
Which
I don't
snow
think we
speeder
got
are we
there.
talking about?
Like the base one, because I think it might be the best art in the game. I think I've decided that.
Oh,
that's
the
card-
one I
probably
keep
like
giving to
$1.
Jacob.
Yes, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Oh,
We
I
can't
would say
even
it's not
find it.
very
We
expensive.
can't even find it,
It's going to be like 50 cents. It's
but
unplayable.
it's beautiful. It ain't
It
unplayable.
is. It is just a
It's kind of
common, also.
unplayable.
It's got ambush.
Yeah, it's bad.
All right, buddy. Okay, buddy. You want to filibuster on snow speeder being bad?
I'll take that one, yeah.
We should have a segment on this podcast where somebody just
Each
gets to
week,
filibuster
yeah.
on why a certain card is bad. Look at probe droid hyperspaces. That is a beautiful card. A very
Anything with like a
playable card.
light background or like a space background are
Even that
actually
cell block guard hyperspace is beautiful. The card art in this game, I've completely did a 180 on it. There it is.
Yeah.
Nope,
So
nope,
that's
just a
one.
regular. That's a regular.
That is one of them, though.
Yeah, that's a regular one. That art is not as good as the original one, though. But if man, I'm about to jump all over this, boys.
See,
They might
there
not
you go. X-wing.
You can't even. The fleet lieutenants are 93 cents.
There you go.
There
There
you
you go,
Click
Chase.
on it. Appreciate it. Click on it and let's appreciate it for a moment. That is beautiful.
Oh, yeah, the art's really good.
That is
I'll
real.
agree with you on that.
What? Hear me out, Dalton. What if vehicles become meta? Ground vehicles. What if escort skiff becomes the card? Then this card would be great.
But it costs $5.
Yeah, I wish it wasn't a 3/6. It'd be better. But I love the art. That art is beautiful. Put that on
The
a
art-
playmat. I'll buy it. Shout out to GameGenic. Put it on a playmat. Sponsor us. Also, send us stuff.
But yeah, so the market overall right now is very, very hectic. Again, just remember, they're going to probably print this set to oblivion. It's the first set. We're dealing with FFG. They don't want any of this stuff going on.
Yeah.
They want people to be able to draft this. They want people to be able to play it. So just hang tight if you're wanting to open some more packs and stuff. And
I didn't really notice how much are the prize pack stuff going for? Like, what's the reasonable price for that stuff?
let's see here. Weekly
is it
play promos. Hang on, let me get off
There
of
you go.
that.
All right,
There
so
we
the most
go.
expensive one's Boss. How much are the Death
Sabine.
Troopers
Sabine.
going for?
Sabine's more.
I want them Death Troopers.
See, now, hang on. Here's where we get a little silly, okay?
Dude,
Hang
Please
on, I want them Death Troopers.
So
That's
this is
like a dollar card, or you can pay $15
Yeah.
for it.
So this is regular Sabine, right? $15, regular Sabine. Now, there is a foil version,
It's going for
and it
25.
spikes up.
Yeah.
Click on them Death Troopers, bro. I want the Death Troopers so bad. I'm
There's
about
your
to buy
Death
'em.
Trooper.
That is unreal. How beautiful. That is nice.
It is. Yeah, that's an
And you can buy your
Gorgeous.
foils. This guy's selling one for $9.
$10.
Near mint.
I would like to complete this set. This is a cool
Is there
set
going to be a set
complete.
number of them, or is it going to be the full set that they're making? Of
No,
those
this is
for you?
it. This is
Look
it.
at that Yoda. I haven't even. I don't think
Oh,
I've seen
listen,
the Yoda art yet.
I almost pulled the trigger on a foil one of these the
I
other
don't
day.
know how I feel about
Bro
it.
looks like he's been
Yeah.
smoking the booth for the
He's
last.
been on that ketamine.
Oh, look at him. Of course, Yoda always looks like he's been smoking
Yeah.
the booth. But
But this is probably I'm probably going to try to collect all Yoda cards as they come out.
WPP, Big Yoda guy, huh?
Big Yoda guy. Big
Think
Yoda
we'll get a
fan.
Yoda leader in the
100%.
Rebellion set.
I hope so.
Or the Republic set.
Yeah.
I'm ready for spoiler season to come. Look, they did our boy Battlefield Marine terrible. It's just the same art, just a different.
You know.
Look at Veers. He
Look
looks
at
awesome.
Waylay. Waylay's
He's
the same
pointing.
way.
Veers does
Veers
look
is
cool.
cool.
Veers is
Yeah.
pointing you to death.
Dodonna.
Uh-oh. We're back.
So yeah. The good thing is all these weekly play promos are very, very nice, and the fact that they also lead up to right up to our store champs in May, I think is when it's supposed to be. I think that sounds about right. About 2 months after a set release is when store champs is supposed to be. This leads up perfectly for those store champs to take place, which I'm ready to get back in person and actually play.
I'm back. My computer almost died.
We'll
Yeah,
get
to
it.
make a run.
We'll get it figured out one day.
Yeah. Now this is quality content.
Yeah.
Yeah. So last question. Theoretically, let's say we were going to a store championship this coming weekend and you had access to all the cards available. What deck would you take and why?
I will answer for me and both Dalton because I know the answer to this.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Now why?
Have you played it? It's good.
No,
Yeah.
I have not played it.
I think it has
Well.
the best. I just think it has the best matchup against everything across the board. Is Sabine better? Probably. But I don't really know what Sabine struggles against other than Iden.
Boba.
But I feel like Iden has a
Boba.
like Iden is just like a deck of all trades. If you need to go aggro-y and flood the board, you can. If you want to play it mid-range, you can do that. Like it has the most sideboard diversity. You know what I mean? It can completely change the deck with just a few sideboard cards.
Yeah.
It's what I would play just because I love the way the deck plays. I love the healing aspect. I love the control aspect. I like her ability as a leader. I love the cards you play with it. It's just what I'd play. Or Palpatine. For the
Yeah,
minions.
so the deal with Iden is I think she was built directly to counter Sabine. Because number one, she's healing one every turn.
Yes.
And number two, in order to heal, you are dealing with the Sabine player's board.
Yes.
Which are the two things you have to do to
and
win
it
against
also
Sabine.
it has the cards in the deck that can deal with. It's one of the only leaders that can deal with other leaders from hand. It plays cards like Power or the Path to the Dark Side. Is that the one
Power
where
of
they
the
choose
Dark
one?
Side.
Power of the Dark Side's where they choose one. I got so many people with that.
And you just make sure they only have their leader.
Power of the Dark Side and Take Down both are like, and Open Fire. I guess technically can do it. I don't run making openings in mine because it's a little.
I mean, see you sign that
good.
in for Sabine matchups.
I think, you could put that in the sideboard. I don't have it in mine right now, but now that I mention it, I think I might put it in there because I can see we're just for the Sabine matchups. But the problem with Sabine, it runs a lot of 3 health stuff.
Yeah,
like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot.
Can,
Pretty much everything in that deck has 3 health.
But the main thing is, like, say you have a super laser tech and you damage something, then you can finish it off with make an opening, and you heal too while you're doing it, so it kind of...
Yeah, ain't worth that. I wouldn't do that. I'd just swing into something. But I do agree. Make an opening, you can definitely play that night and feel good about it. I think I'm only running 2 Vanquishes because the more I play
makes
Vanquish,
sense.
the
Yeah,
the less I like it. The
I'm not
fact
a
that
huge Vanquish fan.
Playing your whole turn, getting rid of one thing feels kind of bad.
5, it's just, yes, it's good. Like if somebody throws down like
It's
a
great in the late game.
Devastator or something crazy like that. You're like the legendary Luke or a legendary Vader. Like, great, yes, that's great to get rid of. But like cards like Takedown, I'm high on Takedown. Like you can swing into the Sabine, get it below 4 health, take it down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it would be Iden for me.
Oh no, takedown is 5 or less. You can just take down
you
Sabine
auto
as soon as she flips.
take down
Is it 5 or less? I thought it was 4 or less.
No.
Good
Count
card's
Dooku,
good.
I think.
And
I'm also not running Count Dooku's anymore in my
I like
Iden deck.
Dooku.
I do like Count Dooku. He's in the sideboard of that deck. I think in the aggro matchups, like the pure aggro, if somebody's just leaning fully into it, you could probably switch out. I'm running Avenger in mine because I love that card now that I've read it. I thought it was crap when I first played it, but it is just so overwhelming if you can get it set up. Like the fact that card you just bang and bang and bang. And then I like Inferno 4. Love that card. Being able to scry 2 and look at the top 2, and it's just good value. I just like the way the deck plays. I like it a lot. It's my favorite deck in the format. It's the one that I put the most time into
Time to
trying to figure
filibuster.
out. Sorry, okay, go ahead. Am I filibustering or you filibustering? I'm currently filibustering. Oh, okay. Here's a card. Okay, he has to answer a phone call. What do you want to filibuster about, Dalton?
What card do we hate right now?
You know what card I'm thinking about taking out of Iden? That I'm still got in. So the mid-range Iden. Let's talk about mid-range Iden.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about taking Snow Trooper Lieutenants out of mid-range Iden.
You know what card I hate that people have been putting in Anwar is the Probe Droid. I can't get behind that card.
See,
I just
now
can't
here,
get behind
hold
it.
on a second. That's what I was going to say to put in because I love Probe Droid.
No, see, I'm the opposite.
It's a
that's the first thing I
3/2 for
pick out
3,
when I
and
see
you get
the
to look
deck
at your hand.
Are you there?
Am I fully filibustering now, or are we good?
What?
Are you good? I think we're good.
I'm good.
You lagged out there for a second, but it's all right. He's still lagging out. I'm filibustering. So here's why I like Probe Droid. I think it offers the best value at 2 cost. It's a 3/2, great. You get to look at your opponent's hand, great. So even in the late game, it still gives you value. With Snow Trooper Lieutenant, you pay 2, you swing in, that's grand.
Yeah.
But then it just sits there and it's a 2/2.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just, that's the card that I've been teetering on taking out.
Yeah.
I've still got it in there.
Yeah.
I'm still running 3 just because it is good, and you can just kill it with Death Trooper when you're done with it. Speaking of cards I love Death Trooper.
Death Trooper. I love that card too. And especially if you can like pair it with the Scout Bike that has grit. And
Yes,
it's a
so I've got
1/4.
Scout Bike in my sideboard.
I like
I have Scout Bike in my sideboard right now. I also have Regional Governor in my sideboard, just because right now we're like just playing these games for fun. You don't really know. I guess you do know, but like in Sabine, what is it? Just K2SO? You would say with Regional Governor?
I see. If you play at turn 1, you might say like A-Wing. That way they can't throw that on their A-Wings.
Or Red 3.
Sabine.
Because Red 3 is, I need to get in the camera. Red 3 is also very good.
Red 3's right. I like Regional Governor. I think it's.
I have it in the sideboard. I put it in the sideboard just because I wish I could pull up my Sabine list. Can I put up my Sabine list without Noah being that? We can just look at it. Hold on. We'll pull it up. We'll pull it up and take a look at it here. See if we can do that on the fly. Now, this is podcasting. All right, let's see if I can share my screen, see if it pops up. Oh, hold on. Is this it? Yes.
Can we do it?
Can you see it?
I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. Yep.
All right, so this is the list that I've been rolling with the last couple. Is this the list that I've been rolling with? Yes. This is the list I've been rolling with.
Okay.
The only changes I've made, I've took out the Homestead Militias to put in regional governors. That's the only change that I've made to this list. So I'm running 3 of the Vanguard Infantries. Great card. They are
I love that
troopers.
card.
Inferno 4, I already went over how good that card is. Seasoned Shore Trooper, great
One of
in
the best
early
cards in
game.
the game.
Yeah, great in early game, great in later game. Snow Trooper Lieutenants, teetering on them. Death Trooper, love Death Troopers. Del Miko is incredible.
Amazing card.
Just for the fact that it's not it's not the best against Sabine and stuff like the super aggro decks because they don't play a lot of events and stuff. But for people like the resupply decks and stuff,
Yeah.
it is very good in those decks. Just like to throw them off of a resupply on turn 3. If you can get that down and not let them pay 3 for a resupply, great
And
card.
he has Restore, so
Power of the Dark Side. Yeah. Oh, he's just a great card all the way.
Yeah.
3/3 for 3, good value on the cost, and then making your opponents pay 1. And he's in there just to make people miss resupply. Great,
and
great card.
against Sabine, like can throw off their first cause, can throw off the new ones are running the medal ceremony. That's a free, so
yeah.
they can't do it.
I didn't even think
now.
about medal ceremony. Didn't even think about that.
Then it costs 1.
Yeah,
it costs 1, and that definitely knocks that card down a peg.
It does.
Super Laser Technician, busted. Cell Block Guard, great. 2 System Patrol Crafts just to try to because there's not a lot of, I'm just running Inferno 4s and Avengers. You know what I mean? And I've been able to just deal with the space units, but if somebody rolls up with a heavy space unit deck, the System Patrol Crafts are good. Just throw it out there, let it eat up 4 damage, and then while you deal with it. Takedowns we've already covered. Gideon Hask, if you can get Gideon and Iden on the battlefield at the same time and get them to stick, they're a problem.
Yeah.
Because if you kill Iden and leave Gideon, then your Gideon's going to be like a 6/6, 6/7, or 7/7 pretty quickly. If you leave Iden, then you're just going to start healing damage. So that's the play with that. Vanquish, I'm still running 3, but I thought I had taken it down to 2, so I may have added something else. Rook, I've already said that's one of my favorite cards in the game. Overwhelming Barrage, Bananas card, 2 Vaders, 2 Super Laser Blast, and 2 Avengers.
I feel like this is a list.
It's really not like a crazy list. I don't know if this is actually the list that I actually have sleeved up in my deck box right now, but it's pretty close to it.
Yeah.
For some reason, I think I've took out those systems. I think I'm only running 1 system.
I don't like System Patrol Craft that much.
It was literally I feel like a good number for your space units right now is between 7 and 9. You want to be at minimum.
Here's
7.
the thing: this can literally save you against Red Hero.
Exactly.
Red 3 does not trade well with this at all.
Yes, and also the combination of having a Red 3 and an A-Wing down, and then they play Rebel Assault.
It's very rough.
It's terrible. You just lose. That's 10 damage swinging in on you right there. So, yeah, I like this list a lot. I'm still working. I mean, I've changed it every day for the past, little bit. The best play, I will say the best play in the deck is Energy Converging Lab out Rook.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Great plays. Vader is busted as always. And then, the Super Laser Blast there is a cushion, and then Avenger is like the end play. So, yeah. There you go. That's my Iden deck that I've been working on. And there you go.
Pretty solid.
Is the filibuster over now?
Yeah, for some reason I keep getting interrupted at about 10 o'clock. Every night we decide to record, but that's okay. It's part of life.
It is.
So if I were to go to a tournament, I actually don't know if I would play Sabine. I think if I were going to, it'd be a yellow version for sure, though, just because there's some more tricks you can do with it instead of just trying to rush them down because everyone's going to be prepared for that.
It probably has a better matchup in the mirror versus Green Sabine, doesn't it?
I feel like it would just because there are some more tricks up your sleeve.
It can definitely slow them down. You're doing the exact same thing. Chopper and Ezra are great.
You can surprise out some more damage with Surprise Strike.
You're running shoot first too, right?
No, I'm not running shoot first, actually.
Oh.
I thought about it, but it didn't make the cut. Falcon is also a tricky card for people to handle.
Yeah, my advice to anybody: if you go up against a Falcon, kill it immediately. Do not let them just keep putting that back in their hand and putting it back down. It will get out of hand in a hurry. Like, I know your thought process is, oh, they're just going to put it back in their hand at the end of the turn. No. They're going to keep throwing that Joker down and hitting you every turn.
But there's been a spicy Chewbacca deck running around right now.
Oh, yeah, pull up that list. I want to see it.
And I don't know for sure where it is.
Did somebody post it in the Discord?
I haven't seen it.
I believe Thomas did. Hang on, let me see if I can find it.
I don't think he did.
It may not have. I didn't look at the list. I just seen the write-up where the guy was like, auto wins and auto losses, which I respect.
Yeah.
I respect.
So this... Let me see if I can pull it up here.
Oh, wait, yeah, somebody did send it.
Yep, so here we go. This is one that I had found last night.
I love Chewbacca. I wish he was better. He may be a wagon. Let's see here.
So this build, I'm wondering if you don't take out the Electro Staffs though.
What is this?
So here's the thing: you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Sentinel targets.
Yeah.
And then if you sideboard in Yoda, it makes it 8.
Okay.
Or yeah. So
And this made the top 8.
In Poland. Now, don't know what the meta was like there.
Okay, well, all right. Do you not remember back in Star Wars Destiny days, they'd be like, here's 3 Tusken Raiders won a 64-person tournament.
Well,
in Czechoslovakia. And you're like, I mean, I see how this deck could work.
Well, if you're going into a whole field of Sabines, this works. This absolutely works.
I wish Chewie... Does Chewie read 3 or less power or 3 or less cost?
Cost 3 or less.
See, that's the problem. I think it should be 3 or less power. Then you could do some spicy things.
Yeah.
Then it gets
you could give the snow speeder Sentinel, and that'd be wow.
Exactly. Great card. Good card. Dang it, Dalton. Look at it coming around on the snow speeder.
Terrible card.
I wish Chewie was better. He also should have a rebel tag. It's nonsense that he doesn't.
I think also the fact that he flips on 7 is also a little bit much.
Yeah. I mean, Pal flips on 8, and I think it's great.
I feel like this guy just knew his meta to a T. He knew there was going to be a lot of Sabine and a lot of Boba that were trying to get out fast. And he just played Sentinel guys.
Hey everybody, it's me, Thomas, the editor again. I've chosen to interject here this week since I'm too busy to be on the podcast and I'm stuck editing. They obviously didn't read the really great biography and description that the Chewie guy wrote in the Star Wars Unlimited DB. It mentions him playing R2 turn 1 into Electro Staff and just kind of like killing people with it. And I think he also mentions in the list this was built specifically to kill Sabine, and that's what he built it for, was to never lose to Sabine. I think he lost with Sabine in like top 8, but he showed up to kill Sabine and he killed Sabine. But yeah, like R2 Electro Staff puts him out of the 4-drop takedown range, so they can't take it down. And then like if it takes, so that makes it a 4/6. So it's like a 4/6 rebel. It gives them -1/-1 when they attack, so it just completely shuts down the ground arena. Then if you take like 4 damage to it, you play Bright Hope to pick R2 back up, and then just play it back down again for 1, put a new staff on it, and just go to town like that. Look up that list. It's pretty high up, I think, on Star Wars Limited DB, and he gives a really great description about it. I love it. I think it's really cool, and I'm glad Chewie's getting some reps in. But yeah, that's all I got. Back to you guys.
I mean, this is basically what my Palpatine deck does. Pretty similar.
You don't tap Palpatine and say you have to attack this thing.
No, you tap Palpatine and say win.
Yeah, that's how that goes.
That's how Chase never believed me on the Palpatine hype. And now he's.
I knew. No, I said that it was going to be bananas. I'm glad I was wrong that it's bad. It could. I think it's going to get very good very quickly. Because once Palpatine hits the board,
Oh yeah,
He stays.
he ain't going nowhere.
No, he stays there for a while. Trying to figure out how to run blue Palpatine so I can put entrenched on him and just see what happens. Make
Hey,
him a
listen.
713.
Listen, not only that, you
Put
put
2 entrenched on him.
all types of upgrades on him because there's not a whole lot of targeted leader removal.
Oh, there's none.
0.
Exactly. So that would be some spice.
Yeah, playing overwhelming barrage on Palpatine for a turn is grand.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed it. This game's so
Yeah.
fun.
This game has exceeded my expectations.
Yep.
I
think it's going to be. I think it's growing. Obviously,
Yeah.
you can tell people are buying, people are playing, people are excited about it.
like we've already been talking about Gen Con. Like,
yeah,
I'm assuming it's going to be there.
I mean,
I'm afraid
they've
I'm
got to
going to be in
have
Alaska.
they've got to have like a regional or
I
something.
think I'm going to be in Alaska.
Going
That's a
on,
shame.
like 50 vacations.
I don't know, big vacation guy.
But did you all talk about last week the new like playmats and stuff that got revealed for the next set?
Yeah, I think we touched on it.
We
touched
just
on it
a
because we
little
talked
bit.
about when spoilers are going to start happening. I predicted like end of April they're going to start spoiling cards,
Yeah.
which they will. So this next set, are they going to lean more into? It's not just going to be Mando stuff. It's going to have Ray and stuff in it
gonna
too.
have
I think
Ray
it is
and
just
Kylo.
from
gonna
past
first order.
episode 6 onward.
Fair enough. Knock them all
They
out
have the
at the same time.
Rancor in there.
Darksaber, Kylo, Ray.
Dang.
So just anything after the original trilogy.
Fair
But
enough.
I think it'll have
Which-
some episode 6 and stuff in it too.
Probably a little bit.
Because we didn't get much episode 6 stuff in this set.
Is
like
the
there was
Rancor
some-
from episode 6 or from Boba Fett?
It looks
looked
like it
like
was in the
episode
Rancor
6, but
pit.
I'm not 100% sure.
Well, was the Rancor in the pit during the Book of Boba Fett? I don't remember anything about that show, but just
I don't know.
hiding behind the battle bus during the final scene. Getting shot at.
But yeah, the next set looks like it'll be a good addition. I just want to go to tournaments now. I just want to play with people, meet people,
Play
compete,
games.
play games, hang out with friends.
I seen there was people doing 1Ks for this game. Did you see that? I seen on
where at?
Twitter somebody was going to a 1K for this game.
Already?
Yes.
Golly.
Let me see if I can find that on Twitter. It was like a local. They had enough for a 1K. I can't remember who it was, or I'd shout them out on Twitter, but I cannot remember for the life of me who it was. Shout out for Star Wars Unlimited for following me. But
Wait, did they actually?
no, it's a Star Wars Unlimited with the
Oh.
some country's flag. I don't know what language that is, but looks like
It's all
Spanish.
good.
Shout out to that guy. Let me see.
But
Yeah, I
if
can't find it.
If stores are already hosting 1Ks, that is a good
It
sign.
was definitely a 1K.
The fact that we're also sold out is a good sign.
It was a great sign.
Like, I think this game is going to easily compete with, like, Flesh and Blood. I don't know if it'll ever knock on the doors of the big three,
No,
but
nothing
I think it will
I don't
compete
think
with,
it's
like,
possible.
Flesh and Blood. I don't even know if Flesh and Blood can compete with the big three.
Oh, no, it can't.
All I
There-
want is it's own tab on TCG Player. That's how you know you made it.
Like, up at the
Lorcana,
top, take
Lorcana has
down.
its own tab. I mean, add another tab, TCG Player. Which
We're
they,
down.
I mean, I would like to see how many total sales of Star Wars Unlimited have been on TCG Player.
Digimon is still up at the top. We could take
Yeah,
over
gross.
Digimon.
We could take
Take
Digimon.
Yeah. Give
Yeah,
us by set 2. We'll take over Digimon.
I can't find where the 1K was at, but I do vividly remember seeing it and I'm thinking, "Wow, that's crazy! A 1K for this game already."
Yeah.
I think it was like next weekend.
I'm assuming it's not near us.
It was in like Portland.
Yeah. The gaming capital, pretty much.
They're doing $8,000 Lorcana tournaments now.
Dang.
First prize Lorcana. Here's what I will warn these people doing money prizes for this game. It brings out the absolute worst people in the trading card game community.
It
is the reason why we like this.
It brings in a whole different player base.
Them boys sweaty.
Yes, it is, and the fear there is I think there's a fine line that FFG is trying to get to of we're not going to be too competitive, but there's going to be a competitive scene for those people who want to compete. And your prizing is going to be,
but
here's
FFG,
your cool play mat.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. FFG never did cash prizing.
No.
Where and Pokemon does cash prizing and Magic does cash prizing and cheating is rampant and the community is toxic. It's awful.
Like, who wants to go to a Star Wars Unlimited tournament and you're playing for a play mat? That's worth maybe $100.
We drove 8 hours to play for playmats for Destiny.
Yep.
And we wouldn't even drive more than an hour to play for Pokemon money.
No.
That is a warning for people if you're going to these events that's playing for money and you're new, because I know this game has a lot of new players that got into it just because it's Star Wars. Just be wary. Still do it because they are fun.
Absolutely.
It's a chance to win $1,000 playing a card game, but just be wary. There'll be some sweaty people there that will cheat and do anything to win.
But I think that is going to wrap up this episode with a fair warning from Chase about the sweats if you're going to these cash prizes.
Just play Sabine.
Just play Sabine. Go fast, hit hard. But thank you guys again for tuning into the Rebel War Room podcast. Again, just thank you for watching every week and just continue supporting us, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. See you.
Bye.